Hi Taurus, so this is going to be your December reading for the month of December. So now until the end of the month, whenever you see this, time and energy is fluid, so it might start a little before and a little after, but we'll see what messages come through. You guys have been through quite a interesting year, and I pulled some angel cards, and what came out. The kind of overall theme of this reading, it says achievement, and it's about kind of reflecting about everything you've achieved to date. You guys are hard workers. You guys are typically overachievers. Take a moment to look back at everything you've done this year. I feel like a lot of you guys have a lot to be thankful for and a lot to be proud of. A lot of excavation of energy that's no longer serving us. I feel like from the deep subconscious, with all these eclipses, Uranus going to Taurus earlier this year, and I feel like trailing on from the last reading that I did last mid-month, it feels like a lot of you guys were kind of midway through this tunnel of a little bit of heavier energy. I got a lot of emails and personal readings where, the energy was a little bit heavier, deeper, darker. But most of the readings end up being very, very positive. And it's saying this now. We have the card of prayer here. Sometimes, this is always reassuring, but sometimes it's a little obnoxious to see. Especially if you pray all the time, right? It's like, it says, no matter how difficult the situation may seem, all is possible. Ask, we are listening. So sometimes, we feel abandoned. We feel like there's nobody supporting us. There's nobody there. We've exhausted all of our resources, and it forces us actually to finally create this connection with maybe our higher self, angels, guides, whatever it is you believe in, to have faith, to have Anyways, I'm going to start off this reading again pulling a more spiritual card. This is from my Vision Quest Tarot. It's a shamanic deck, and I just like pulling a card from here just because, with tarot, I don't like to use it as a predictive tool. I like to use it as a way to help navigate, help read through energy, help you honestly stay positive. Son of Air is coming out. Let's read this. Son of Air. The urge to be free. Restlessness. Inner conflict. Mental agitation. I can definitely relate to this. Feeling a bit stagnant, wanting to move forward, not knowing how, fighting with myself, or definitely forgetting about all my blessings from time to time, and how far I've come from maybe the beginning of the year or even 3 months ago, right? A lot of transformation. So remember this. So the inner message, it says the liberation phase, where one breaks away from one's own habitual thought patterns and those of others too, is one of the most important steps in growing up. This phase cannot be bypassed. With unflinching clarity, you have to recognize that struggling with your own inner world, your own phantoms, projections, and identifications will get you nowhere. Once you have seen this for yourself, the inner battle ends. You realize it was you who projected the movie now playing on your internal screen. Yeah, I can relate to that on many levels, in many avenues of my life. Wow. Okay. Outward manifestation: thoughts, when not supported and tempered by the heart, are not endowed with positive, life-giving power. Right now, it's best to refrain from carrying your misgivings out to the world or involve more people in your resistance fight. Accept the message of this card and ask yourself what exactly you keep on fighting within yourself. Slowly learn to stay centered even in the midst of chaotic activity. Learn to rest in the stillness within the silence that clarifies all things for you. Last month it was about, we talked about, when nothing happens in life. I feel like, because it was a message about how we're tested when everything happens at once, like there's maybe a big event, positive or negative. And then we're also tested when nothing happens, because that's when a lot of thoughts and there's time to marinate on things. It creeps up and have to deal with our own self. Very interesting card. I definitely resonate with that. Hopefully you guys do too and you find it helpful. So let's get a reading. Let's see what's in store for this month of for Taurus in this month of December. What's the central energy for Taurus? Too many. What's the central energy? The Knight of Cups, a love offer coming in. You guys have gotten this for a long time. There's some sort of cup coming. So if you haven't seen it already and you are hoping, praying for love, he is still here. Apparently he's taking his sweet time. He's a little slower than expected. But also if you're in a new relationship, this is probably, taking it to the next level, actually talking about love. This is the center of your reading, so it's telling me this is on your mind, wanting partnership, wanting to offer your cup somewhere. So what's helping or hindering this for Taurus? What's helping or hindering this for Taurus? The Lovers. Sorry, I have bandages and bruises all over. You guys should see my legs. It's like a black and blue mark from Muay Thai. So I'm trying to hide my bandages. And gross you guys out. The Lovers. I don't know why this is a hindrance. For some of you guys, we've been talking about opening up your heart, being receptive, being able to be open to receive, right? That's been kind of a theme for you guys. I feel like it's coming in. This is, with this Lovers card, this angel here above this male and the female. It doesn't have to be male and female, but it does feel kind of like you have your guides behind you. Remember that the first card of prayer and the energy of when nothing happens, it kind of forces you to ask for help, pray for help. It's coming in. I feel like there's going to be a lot of attraction and love and emotional connection. What's in Taurus's subconscious? What's their higher self pushing them towards? What's in Taurus's subconscious? This is the past life relationship card. This is possibly somebody from the past coming back. For some of you, that energy, we're still in Mercury retrograde. So be careful with that energy. Make sure it's something that is there to stay. Make sure it's still there after December 6th or whenever it goes direct. I think it's around December 6th. But this is a card about letting your guard down. I feel like this is really sweet love. Somebody that will offer you, gifts of the heart, For example, flowers. Flowers are beautiful because they're just simple beauty. They don't really have, they're very delicate. They're very soft, and it's reflective of this energy. It's almost like unconditional. It's like the soul has known this soul before. All right, let me not get too sentimental here. This is good energy, though. I really like this energy. King of Pentacles is trying to pop out, letting himself be known. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But if you're connecting with somebody, I feel like some of you have already know who this person is, or there's already been like messages. These are very early stages. This is it's like I like you. This isn't like proclamations of love. This is, interest. Somebody showing interest in matters of the heart, in matters of the cups. There's probably going to, or there has been kind of a more spiritual connection, especially with this fish in his cup. More spiritual connection, intuitive connection. I feel like you guys are just going to get along, or you already do, just get along. Friends almost first. It's a very, it's like a very relaxed energy. I really like this. I feel like it's much needed for kind of the turmoil that's been going around in your life. Oof. The Star card. Oh, what's under the Star card? Justice. Star card with Justice. Jeez. Well, this could point to you meeting this person maybe a month ago in Libra season. But the Star, this is somebody that's going to feel like your karma's being balanced. This is like kind of getting what you want, wish come true. I feel like it's because you've done the work. You don't just get these cards out of chance. This feels like a lot of work has been done to balance out your emotions, to balance out your life, especially after everything that happened. This has been a very the word potent year. A year you'll remember. That's what it feels like. For me, definitely. But I feel like it's not over yet. And there's something coming in before the end of the year. I feel like how this year has happened, it's not quite how you're going to remember it. There's something more. So, gosh, the Queen of Pentacles now wants to come out. Some of you could be connecting with an earth sign. But just because the King of Pentacles popped out earlier, these energies are very similar. They're very much motherly, fatherly type energies. Stable, grounded, rooted, practical, analytical, not analytical, but yeah. This person feels like very relatable to you. Whoever this is. Doesn't mean they have to be an earth sign. We definitely have water here as well. We have Gemini, we have Libra, we have Aquarius. I mean, we have a lot of signs. I don't like to focus on signs because we have basically every sign in our makeup, in our birth chart. So this is predominant, though. I feel like this person's going to be kind of like your people, your tribe. And more importantly, it feels like somebody that's going to be like home. I feel like a lot of you, especially single Tauruses, have been looking for Somebody that feels like home. Oh, what's in Taurus's power this month? What's in Taurus's power? Gosh, you have two scales balancing here. So if some of you, I feel like this is particularly related to, I mean, this can be about your stability, but it feels like money. I feel like this isn't, not to give bad news, but it doesn't feel like this is the most positive month financially, like work-wise. I just don't feel the energy behind it. I feel like there's a need for balance, yes, with your work to get your bills paid, if that's a concern. But it feels like there's other stuff taking your attention, and it's showing up almost as like it's okay, it's going to get better. Trust us. I feel like it's one thing at a time, because by the time Uranus goes direct in March, March feels like a very important time for you guys. I've been saying this for months. It feels so important. It feels so pivotal, and it feels like the energy starts now. If you're single and you have not been actively looking for a partner and you want a partner, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Take risks. This energy is highly favorable. The Lovers with the Knight of Cups. I also feel like for a lot of you, especially for the females, because there's heavy female energy here, a time to receive and not work so hard. So actually, let me get some more cards. Yeah, it's like a continuation from last reading. This person could come in quite quickly. And it's almost like you didn't, I don't know, I don't want to say you didn't see it coming, but it's like they come in and you didn't see it. So I don't know if they're like part of a group or they're like part of something new you do, new work. You just happen to be somewhere and it's just like, oh, who are you? All right, we have fast movement here. 8 of Rods. What does Taurus need to know? What does Taurus need to know this month of December? What does Taurus need to know this month of December? That all the work you've done this year is not for nothing. This is planting the seeds for long-term growth. I feel like this next step, this something, whatever that comes in the end of this year, I feel like you can kind of quote me on that. So it's not the end of the year. It's not the end of December. Don't write your comments now. We still have another month. I feel like this is just the beginning. There's a lot more to uncover. I feel like 2019 is kind of going to knock your socks off. I really do. I feel like this has been a year of like clearing, making space, doing it some more, being forced to do it some more, and really coming to realization of what you want in life. A lot of signs are getting a lot of soul to soul, like permanent connections coming in. If they want it, if they're there, if they're ready, if they've done the work. What's the outcome for Taurus? If you are worried about a current relationship, though, you have so many scales of evening out. So if there's turbulence, it's like with the Queen of Pentacles here, the Six of Cups. You know, there's definitely a coming back together. Everything's kind of you're getting what you want. The Wish card. You're putting in the work. It's saying though, it's because of you. Again, achievement. Take a little time to reflect on what you have achieved to date. It's often easy to forget where you started from and how far you've come. Honor and be grateful for this extraordinary journey that is your life. So, what's the outcome for Taurus for the month of December? There's going to be a reason to celebrate. And it has to do with stability. Three of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles. Now there's pretty heavy earth energy here. Water energy. We have air energy. We have it all here. I feel like a lot of you are coming into new relationships. You meet them through groups again. Three of Cups. This can symbolize groups, being out, being available, being able to have avenues to be met. But being open and receptive to this. I feel like just because of Venus and Jupiter, you guys are just going to be, I just feel like looking really good, being attractive to whoever you're trying to attract. It's just going to kind of be like not easier, it's just meant to be. It's meant to be now. Let's clarify this. What does the future look like? Going forward, what does it look like? Interesting. So we have the World card. When I see the World, this is an end to a cycle, yes. It also represents expansion and the beginning of a new cycle. Because after one cycle ends, obviously another begins. And we have, you know, all the fixed signs. So it could be with a Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. There's energy again of being able to let somebody in, to assume the next person coming in is assume that they could be the one you're meant to be with, or you will want to be with. So treat them with that same courtesy you'd like to be treated with. With the World card here, though, also, this person could be from a different country, somewhere different from where you are from. They could be of a different ethnicity. They could even just be from a different state or city. But usually the World is pretty significant, sometimes cultural differences. And with that, we have the Moon next to it. It's almost like there could be, not sure how to proceed. I don't know if there's like logistical issues, because we have the Moon, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Hanged Man going forward. Oh, and we also have the Two of Pentacles. I mean, this is very much like, okay, I want to move on, but how do we do it? It's like waiting for enlightenment, going within, searching for the answers, you know, again, being unclear and deciding between possibly two options. It feels like two places to go. So this person could be up a distance. Well, this isn't going to be for everybody, but for some reason I feel like this is important for some of you because it's saying it's going to work out. The judgment card's about, a resurrection of positive energy. Death comes in and kind of clears out your life, and this is the resurrection. There is going to be a reason to celebrate, and this is your wish. Just know it's all going to work out. Again, March is coming up in my mind, so perhaps there's like a pause in between. Very interesting. Bottom of the deck. Wish come true. Victory. This is also, yes, it's the card of victory, but it's about, victory only after being out to battle, coming back and being celebrated. So this is indicative of like you guys having a pretty difficult year. This is a successful ending. And this is also representative of two families coming together, possibly. Sometimes this can be, commitment, a symbol for commitment, if that's what you're looking for. But whatever the situation is, if you've had a difficult year, there's something positive here coming in at the end of the year. I mean, this is just undeniable energy. So if nothing's come in yet, please wait until the end of the month to kind of watch this video again and see how it resonates, because I do feel very strongly before the end of the year. The World card is very much a timing card for me as well, and we're at the end of the calendar year. So timing-wise, it feels like that's pretty important. That's kind of a marking point. So something it feels like happens right before. If you're a later Taurus, possibly right at the end, going into January, but it doesn't feel any later than that. So if you are having fears that what you've been hoping and praying for, what you've been asking your guides, what you've been, trying to manifest isn't coming your way, be gentle with yourself. It's coming. It's coming. So, beautiful reading. I love reading for you guys. And if you want a personal reading, I'll leave my email in the link below. I'm happy to do those still. And otherwise, I'll see you guys soon with another reading. All right. Bye, guys.